Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with Flosstube number 2. It's been about 2 weeks, half by choice. I kind of figured that I would do one every 2 weeks just because I don't have enough time to get significant progress done on a project in a week. But I am coming at you 2 weeks later, half by choice and half because last Thursday I did no. So I'm coming at you quite caffeinated, which is good because it is 8:07 in the morning and I have so much to do. So the first thing I wanted to get done is make sure that I filmed this Flosstube because I filmed it yesterday on Thursday when it was supposed to go up. However, I didn't like the footage. I scrapped it. I was rushed. I didn't even finish it. So we are gonna just wipe that slate clean and start from scratch. I have a bucket behind me that is going to be part of this video. And okay, hopefully that will stay there. Okay, so progress updates on my whips. So last time we got together, ooh, this bag is massive. Hold on. I don't have a project bag, so I've just been using a tote bag to carry it around, which is fine. So here is my cryptids, the cryptid sal with the Witchy Stitcher. So I will take it off of the board just so you can see exactly how much progress I've made, which admittedly in 2 weeks is not much. I did take this last week off basically of it, just because there wasn't another cryptid release, because the way that they've scheduled it is that the last week of the month is off. I'm struggling to get these clips off. So the last week of the month is off. Also, the sky just recently opened up and is threatening to spill the heavens onto the ground. So if you hear booming thunder, that's what that is. Okay. So I have one more little baddie thing right here to do, and then obviously I have the entire border. Oh, I wasn't even holding it in frame, sorry. So I have one little baddie thing and then the corner to do, and then obviously the rest of the border. But I did choose to take this week off just because I just wanted to, and there wasn't another cryptid that was being released, so I felt okay doing that. So at this time I have gotten to, I think I'm on page 2, yeah, I'm on page 2 of the border, and I have completed all the cryptids that have been released so far. The 4th cryptid that's getting released today will make his appearance hopefully next week, and it will go right here. Unless it's a Loch Ness Monster, because that's a girl. I think for some reason I've just classified all these cryptids as guys, except for the Nightcrawler. I feel like the Nightcrawlers could potentially be, I feel like it could be both, you know, but the Mothman is definitely a man, and you're gonna tell me that's not? The Enfield Horror has to be a dude. So I digress. I am on track as far as the cryptids go, but the border, like I said, I am only on page 2, but the border is super repetitive. Once I finish the little baddie guy up here and then the corner, basically once I get to this point over here, it will be repetitive all the way down until the bottom, at which point I will have to learn that one. So that is the cryptids from the Witchy Stitcher, the cryptid sal. Okay, so I will put this one away. I did make a mistake on Nightcrawlers and I had to restitch them. I don't remember if that was before the last one or after the last Flosstube. Either way. So I did take the week off of that one because I wanted to, while we were having a week off, take the week off. So I started another project. I started, oh hold on, let me show you. This is the packet for the pattern. So it's just got page 1 through 9 in here. And I am, yep, I'm on page, oh no, look at that. I'm actually on page 3. Good job, me. And 4 and 5 is nothing. 6 is just a little bit of the border, 7, 8 is a little bit of the bottom, and then 9 for the tiny little bit of the corner. So I'm actually a lot farther ahead than I thought I was. Well, not ahead. I'm a lot farther along, I should say. Farther along. So the next project I decided to pull out was Fleming Ghouls. So I have made a little bit of progress on this. Not as much as I would like for having stitched on it exclusively all week. But here's the floss for the cryptids. Nice natural color palette, very, very little extraness, only these two. These are the most extra colors in there. Everything else is very natural. So there's those, and I will put those off to the side with the cryptids. I'll have to detangle that in a minute. So here is the progress I've made for Fleming Ghouls. Oh, I didn't show you my butt. Hold on. Here is my butt. So it's getting better. Like, you can actually tell that where I started, it's gotten a lot better. A lot better. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is that on the cryptids, I did go ahead and take buy the glow-in-the-dark floss for the skulls. And rather than outline them, excuse me, sorry, in 610, I went ahead and outlined them in 310 just because I really like the way that the night crawlers look. They look really finished, so I wanted to make sure that my skulls look really finished as well. So I'm super happy about that. I know I mentioned it last time. These are really cool. This is Anchor brand. These are so, so cool. Like, you see it on the wall and you're like, wow, that looks great. It's just a rubber thing that helps you keep your, it's a hoop, but it's rubber instead of wood or metal, I guess, or plastic. So it leaves rings on my cryptid. So I stopped using it. So you can kind of see it, the rings that it's leaving. It's like dyeing my fabric. And I did hand dye this, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. It was all one solid color at first, and then I had to start removing this and removing the rings it was leaving. So now it's more of like a mottled look in some spots, which I'm actually really okay with. I'm actually really okay with it. I kind of like the way it's turning out. So as much as I'm very mad at this, I can't be that mad because I do like it. Still a little pissed though, but I just know in the future not to use that. So moving on for real this time to Fleming Ghouls. This is the progress I made in about a week. I did have to unstitch and restitch the entirety of the green parts of the umbrella. I'm also calling this the remix of Fleming Ghouls because if you look, oh, I got a needle still attached to this thing. Hang on, I gotta do something about that. That's not safe. Anyways, so if you look at it, my umbrella is actually 1 stitch too high and 2 stitches too far to the left. So I'm calling it the remix because everything's going to be 1 stitch too high and 2 to the left. I'm not going to take out the border. I'm not going to take out anything. I'm just going to call it the remix and move on because I'm actually pretty okay with it. If anything, if the bottom part of the piece ends up looking a little lackluster, maybe I'll stitch myself a little zombie hand or a little pumpkin somewhere. I'm not worried about it. That's that. Here is my progress after 1 week. Not a whole lot, but like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to be stitching, so it's almost beneficial that I had to wait 2 weeks to film this. Here is my butt, looking pretty good. There's a couple spots where I got a little tangled, but I'm okay with my butt so far. Like right here. Here's a little bit of tangling. It's okay though. I'm pretty okay with it. I do have to go to a store and buy different white floss though, or use glow floss, because the white floss that I purchased is too thick and you can't really unravel it. So that was kind of a bummer. So this is quite literally all the stitching I was able to complete since we last spoke. So let's move on to the haul portion. We'll pull these back out really quickly because these are part of the haul. So I went to one of the craft stores and they had 2 different sizes of these plastic snap things. I don't know if they're Q snaps or what have you, but they had 2 different sizes. They had, come on, whatever, it's fine. They had this size all the way around, so it was a perfect square, and then they had this size all the way around. So initially I took and put my cryptid on the one that was this size all the way around, a perfect square, but I ended up not liking it because it felt too bulky to hold, so I ended up making 2 of the same size little rectangles. So that's why I have 2 rectangles instead of 2 squares. These are same size rectangle, just 2 of them. So that's my AC. Don't mind it. I'm not turning it off because I'm not gonna die. I live in Florida. I know that I say that a lot, but for those of you who are new to that, that's why I say that. Okay, so here is the color palette for the Fleming Ghouls. So this is the white floss that I purchased. It's just white. I'm gonna have to definitely replace it because I don't love it. Let me see if I can fix this lighting. Oh my god, I didn't realize how bad it was. Yeah, it's too thick to pull through. So I could just grab the glow floss from the cryptids, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So what else is in this bag here? So I've been using highlighters to kind of highlight my progress on patterns. I'll show you a quick example of that. I won't show you the whole pattern, but I'll just show you a quick example of it. So ready? There you go. That's all you get. So I was struggling because I only had 3 colors, so I went on Amazon and I grabbed this. It's 12 colors. There are 6 pastel and 6 neon. So I wish I would have had this when I was starting this pattern, but it is what it is. But now I'll have 12 different color highlighters, and for the cryptids I'll probably still keep these just because there isn't that many colors, especially on each page. There's like max 7 colors, like maximum, complete, absolute maximum, and they're not like scattered about like this is. So this will be just for the heavily colored ones. Anyways, yeah, so highlighters. I've just been using it to mark my progress, and I know some people just use 1 or 2 colors, but I'm extra. And I'm extra. So that is part of the haul because I bought that specifically for stitching. What else is in this bag? Just a bunch of 310. Okay, so let me move on to okay, so progress on this. I didn't make any progress on it, but I did dye a piece of fabric for it, and I will show you that right now. Initially, I had picked up this fabric off Etsy for the pattern to go on, and I think it would have looked okay, but my coworker basically said to me, the thing that makes this pattern so beautiful is the fact that the background is the background, whereas this would be a little much. So I think I paid like $8 for it, so it's not like a super huge loss. It's a little disappointing because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna put on this now, but it is what it is. I'm excited to give this a try. This is 14 count Aida. I forgot to mention that everything I've mentioned so far is 14 count Aida. So this is 14, and my cryptids is still on 14. So, and this is 14 as well. So the fabric that I ended up dyeing specifically for this piece, is actually an 18 count. So I'm getting more comfortable and familiar with 18 count Aida. So this is the pattern, or the color that I dyed my fabric. I'm pretty happy with it. So I feel like it's a little more purple than this, but I'm okay with it. If anything, I could just stick it in a little bit more blue to try and change the color. But I'm okay with it. I like it. So there's that. And while I was dyeing this fabric, I ended up dyeing 2 other pieces of fabric. So these are both for the little hexes and the hex hotel that I mentioned last Flosstube. So I dyed these myself. So it was in the process of dyeing these 3 pieces of fabric and one additional one that I ended up sending to a friend that I dyed my entire kitchen. My feet, my hands, my legs, my oven, my fridge, my floor, my carpet, my counter. Moving on. So the purpose of dyeing this fabric was for these 2. So I wanted to put the Hex Hotel by Kari and These 20 Stitches on a piece of fabric, and I wanted the little hexes to be the same fabric. That was important to me, so that's why I ended up dyeing these 2 the same, basically. I wanted it to be light. I wanted it to be almost like it could be considered springy. I wanted it to be slightly mottled, and I wanted it to look grungy, so I took the powder and I kind of just put it everywhere. So there's spots that it's darker, there's spots where it's lighter, there's spots where you see blue, there's spots where you see purple, there's spots where you see lavender, there's spots where you can see red and brown too. I wanted it to be springy, but I wanted it to be dark, if that makes sense. So I'm really, really happy with how those turned out. But the thing with those is I dyed them, bleached them, dyed them, bleached them, dyed them, bleached them. I bleached them a total of 3 times. I changed the color a total of 3 times for those fabrics. So in the middle of dyeing them, I was like, okay, well, what happens if they don't turn out? It's only like, I think I paid like for all 3 of the pieces of fabric that I dyed, for the 2 hexes and the Halloween cat. Oh, did I tell you that's what this was called? Halloween cat? Ooh, sorry, I'm really not on it today. I was like, what happens if it doesn't turn out? I would only have been, I was super happy with the Halloween cat, and I knew that because it was a solid color, I could get it no matter what. So between all of them, I probably spent like $20 something for dyeing the fabric, and I was like, okay, but if it doesn't turn out, what are we gonna do? So I picked up 2 of these from, I think Michael's, and these are super pretty. They're DMC. Again, it's 14 count. That's really what I'm most comfortable with, and I'll show you what they look like. I was okay using these because, like I said, I wanted it to be light and springy, but I really wanted it to be dark and kind of grungy and gross, so those turned out perfectly for that. But this would have been the fallback. I would have been happy with them on this, mostly happy anyway. So, and once again, that's 14 count Ada, and I did get 2 pieces because I needed 1 for the Hex Hotel and then 1 for all 3 of the little hexes. So I ultimately, if I did end up having to switch to this, I would have been okay. So now I just have 2 additional pieces of Ada in my stash. Speaking of Ada, I got a couple more pieces. So for Fleming Ghouls, I initially was going to put Fleming Ghouls on a similar color to these, but I ended up picking up 14 count vintage blue Zweigart at a craft store, and I was like, okay, so I'll just pick this up as a backup, kind of similar to how I was picking these up. And then I ended up sending one of them to my friends, so I'm pretty happy that I did end up picking this up. This was too big, so I cut it. So I have just this little bit of Ada left. I'm not sure what I thought I was going to be able to put on this, but I figured like maybe like a small pattern from a magazine, or like a tiny full coverage piece, or maybe like a couple words or something. But even if I can't find anything to put on this, I'm happy to have this little swatch of fabric in my stash, just so if I ever need to get a second one, I'll know what I'm looking for. So at this point, I have built quite the little stash of cross stitch fabric, and I just got some kind of message. The other thing I got while I was there was a vintage blue. This is 18 count. So like I said, I'm working on 18 count. Or no, this is not blue. This is just vintage. So it's kind of mottled. It almost looks like marble. I'm super happy with this one. And both of these were like $5. So, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I paid like $10 for these and like $10 for these. So I have $30 worth of backup because I have been dyeing my own fabrics, and when you leave things to chance like that, you never know. So, but regardless, I have been having some success with Diamond fabrics, and stitchy friends, keep that in mind. I will be making an announcement tomorrow night, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully this video goes up. If it doesn't, you can check out my full announcement video on Saturday. I have an announcement, my stitchy friends, and you might want to check it out. You might want to hang out. So there's that. I got this container here that I've just been storing everything in to try to keep it organized, because before I was putting it back up there, but I don't know if you can tell, but that's already quite the mess. My little pumpkin ghoul thingies are out, and I need to get a shelf for those. That's one thing I wanted to get done today. We'll see what happens. Okay, so back to the Halloween cat. See it? The sky's opening. So back to Halloween cat for a second. I did go ahead and obtain the floss for that. So quite a lot of colors, quite the unique color palette as well. Oh, where did those go? I also had the floss for, I've just made a mess of my desk that I just cleaned. It's fine. I also have the floss for the little hexes as well. So I have bought floss for all of the Halloween projects and Ada for all the Halloween projects. And let's see what else. Oh, here it is. Here's the floss for that. So it's just a black, and then I've got white, and then I've got glow in the dark, and then I've got a green neon and a purple. Very, 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 very simple. Very, very, very pretty. It will contrast and complement each other perfectly, and I am ready to start them just as soon as I possibly can. I would like to ideally get a little bit more progress done on the Flamingos before I hop into this one, and the same thing for Halloween cat. But these are my top tier projects right now, would be Halloween cat, and if I can't get both little hexes and the hex hotel done, I would like to get one done. Probably more realistically the little hexes, and then I can save hex hotel for next year. But I would love to get done either one of these and this one, and hopefully Fleming Ghouls. The cryptids is more of a back burner project. Like last time I filmed the Flosstube, I said cryptids is the main project until I get whatever. I can't be a monogamous stitcher. If you're coming from my diamond painting videos, you know I am not the kind of person that starts a project and finishes it before they start another project. It's not that I have like a short attention span, because I can get things done. If I'm really into a diamond painting, I can get a big one done in 5 days, 4 days. I want to do what makes me happy, because I'm learning that things that I have to force myself to do don't make me happy at all, obviously. So why would I do them? I don't know. So that's where I'm at with that. And I have several patterns in here, all of which I believe I've showed you before. Most of them are just the cryptids, the stitch along information packet, Mothman, the Nightcrawlers, and the Unfilled Horror. I will print out the fourth one today whenever it pops up. So those are my patterns for that. I will be buying a piece of Ada for this one at some point. I have an idea. I don't know how well that idea is going to go, but I have an idea. And that's all I'm going to say. So let's talk about plans. Let's talk about plans, because we already started talking about plans, so let's just keep the ball rolling with the plans. Obviously, I am prioritizing the Halloween projects. That is first and foremost. That is the most important to me personally, because I do want to have at least one project done before Halloween. Not necessarily finished, but done. Okay, I would like to have something done. And then as far as framing, I'm thinking, like, honestly, I think you'll kind of see a theme in my life where I am simultaneously a cheapskate and I think I'm rich. So rather than pay somebody to frame it, I will frame it myself. Rather than buy a piece of dyed fabric, like, okay, so initially I didn't want to buy dyed fabric because I didn't know if I was going to love stitching, and so I didn't want to spend a lot of money to get a piece of fabric this size in this colorway, to find out that after I spent $40-something on fabric that I wasn't going to love it. So I bought a $10 piece of fabric and some dye, and I did it myself. So when it comes to framing, I would like to frame at least this one myself. This one I probably will have to get professionally framed when it comes time for that, just because it is bigger. But this one is supposed to finish at a smaller size, so hopefully that is the case. And then as far as Flamingos, I really, really liked, where did it go? Where did my pattern go? I really, really liked the way that the person who finished it, Amanda May from Artist Designs, I really like the way that she finished it, so I might do something similar. It's just like basically decoupaged onto a block. So I thought it was super cool. We'll see, we'll see. So there's that. Oh no, this has to go back in the bag. Okay, this floss has to go in here. So let's talk about more plans, more plans, more plans. I have a beautiful piece of fabric that I have dyed myself for an upcoming project called Autumn Beauties. If I can find my phone, I can show you. So Autumn Beauties is, let's see, Autumn Beauties is a project from Fat Quarter Shop, and it is a mystery Sal. So I'm not finding it. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Autumn Beauties. It would probably help if I spelled these words right. Anyways. Nope, still spelling it wrong. Why am I not spelling this correctly? Autumn Beauties. I accidentally forgot to postpone a subscription, so now I'm getting charged for that. Cool. Anyways, this is what Autumn Beauties is going to be presented as. It is a mystery Sal, so you're getting at first the border and that little sunflower in the corner. I'm actually doing it with some of my friends. I'm doing it with Jenny the Uncrafty Crafter, who's primarily a diamond painter, but she is a stitcher first before she found diamond painting. Kiss My Crafts, Maritza from Kiss My Crafts, she does crochet, she does cross stitch, she does diamond painting, she does paper stuff, she does everything. So if you're a crafty, beach, check out Maritza from Kiss My Crafts, because she is also a crafty beach. Then let's see, Melly from, oh god, I hope I don't mess up their Instagram names. My phone just started playing something. Okay, Down South Crafting. Is that right? Down South, yes, Down South Crafting. Sorry, I had to click on her Instagram story to make sure I got the name right. Down South Crafting is also going to be participating. This is Melly from Down South Crafting. I'm super excited to do that with her. And also, who else am I doing it with? I'm doing it with Whitney. Let's see what her new, Miss Country Crafter of Tennessee, and Country and Crafter are spelled with K's. So if you want to follow both of them, I will leave them linked. Miss Country Crafter of Tennessee just recently started cross stitching, and somehow we were able to convince her to do the Sal along with us. So like I said, I did purchase the floss for that one, and I dyed a piece of fabric for that one as well. So let me show you my color palette here for that one, which is by the Fat Quarter Shop, if I didn't mention it. I did dye my Ada, and it is currently in the phases of drying, but here is the color palette. So my camera cut me off, but this is the color palette. So very pretty, very fall. Autumn Beauties is gonna be Autumn Beautiful. That wasn't funny. Ignore me. I think I'm funny. Anyways, I'm trying to clean up as I go here, just because I have the tendency to, my mom always told me I had the tendency to dump and go, and it's very true. I will destroy a room and leave it, and then get mad when the room is destroyed later. So I don't know what that says about me as a person, but there's that. Also, in addition to those fun Halloween projects, I have another one that I am hoping to work on. I have once again, you guessed it, dyed my own Ada for this one. Let me pull it up. It is also from, I believe it's from the Witchy Stitcher. I think it's, let's see. Okay, it's Michael Myers. PDF file. So here is what it looks like. This is once again by the Witchy Stitcher. So I've dyed some Ada for it. Dyed some blood splatter Ada. I think that will be super fun. And I'm doing that one also with Miss Country Crafter of Tennessee. So that will be super fun. We're going to probably start that one after we get, okay, so I haven't even bought the autumn pattern yet, the autumn Beauties pattern. I need to buy it because today is October 1st and the first part did get released today, so I need to print that out. I gotta send her Ada because I dyed her a piece of Ada for that as well, Miss Country Crafter Whitney. And I have to send her floss because I picked the floss up for her because she's brand new to cross stitch, so the easier we can make it for her, the better. Cross stitching is already a little bit difficult. Don't tell her I told her. Don't tell her I'm saying this, but like as somebody who's also a beginner cross stitcher, it's a little difficult to kind of get the hang of everything. But she's coming from the diamond painting community, so DMCs aren't difficult for her. But we're kind of used to getting everything we need in a kit rather than having to pick things up separately. So I picked up her floss and I will send that her way hopefully today. Hopefully. Okay, so we have a little bit more of a haul here to get into. I did pick up this piece from Bothy Threads. It's going to be Hansel and Gretel, and this is screen printed Ada. This is all black work. I love black work. If you give me all of the 310, whether it be diamond painting or cross stitching, I'm here. I am here for the 310, okay? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm just here for it. So this is the Ada that it comes on, so, or it comes with. So it's screen printed, so you can see that the detailing is going to come completely from the Ada. So this is a case where the pattern is sort of the background to this. You know what I'm saying? So in contrast with Halloween Cat and this Ada that I contemplated putting it on, this would have taken away from the pattern, whereas this is going to be perfect for the pattern. And it's got just a shit ton of 310, which is everything I ever needed in my life. So super excited about that one. And that one is gonna go right back in my, I had it in the envelope. I already looked at it, but I had it in the envelope. And the pattern is quite large. I'm a little intimidated by this, I can't lie to you. It's quite large and it's in two, well, you know what? That's actually something I noticed. I noticed that a lot of times the pattern is roughly twice the size, a little over the size of, oh boy, I'm getting a little overwhelmed here just looking at this pattern. This is a large pattern. This is page 1, this is page 2. So page 1 is, hold on, make sure I don't accidentally show you anything. This is 1 page, and then there's 2 of them. So you have the top half and the bottom half. So that is this one. I don't know where I'm gonna start. I don't know what to do. I'll have to read the instructions. Here is the instructions. They might tell me to start in the corner or this side. We'll see. We'll see. I have no plans to start this today, tomorrow, or the next day. I just was picking this up because I needed it in my life, and there's several like this, and I am so obsessed, and I intend to get them all. So yeah, these are beautiful. These are by Deborah Street of Bramble Craft. These are absolutely stunning. So that is this one, and then that concludes this portion. So now we're gonna get into a couple things that were sent to me for free from VIP's Craft Stitch. So I did pull these out yesterday. There was 2 pens in here yesterday, but 2 pens that came with this kit right here. And I'm thinking that this might be grid pens that might wash away. I'm not sure. But this is, we'll start with this. So this is just a color palette. I really liked it because it's like, you know, artist, like a color palette, you know. I thought that was super, super, super cute. So I picked this item, and then I picked 2 cross stitch kits. These 2 right here, I'll show you them closer up. So this is a stamped cross stitch kit. So everyone who said not to try stamped cross stitch until you were okay with counted cross stitch, you were right, because if I didn't have to count, I probably would never count. Here is what this image is going to look like. It's just a black wave, or the black sky with some pink waves and a beautiful moon, and it is on 11 count Aida. And I don't know if I'll get in trouble for showing you the piece, but this is the piece. It's just going to be cross-stitched over, so this is just stamped, which is really interesting because this is essentially what a diamond painting is. So you have the color list on the side, you grab the DMC that you're looking for, and you diamond paint with it. And then of course they did include an additional pattern as well, and it's on a really nice material. So there's that, and then also some instructions. And I accidentally put the 310 in there when I was cleaning it up, because like I said, I did film this video yesterday, but it got scrapped and I didn't even finish it. So anyways, this is the color palette for that piece, in addition to, once again, just a shit ton of 310, which is absolutely my favorite. So some pretty colors for the spots that there isn't 310, a beautiful color palette, so pretty. I love these colors. Some pinks, some blues, some greens. These are DMC numbered, I believe. Yeah, DMC numbered. So this is the color list. Hopefully that's okay to show. And like I said, the 310 got mixed into the other bag. So I am going to move these. Oops, did I rip that? No, I didn't. Okay, whew. All right. So I'm going to move these items off to the side, and we'll move on to the second kit. So here was that 310 that was supposed to be in here. Okay, moving on, here is this image. It's like a space theme with like people standing there. I thought it was super interesting. Focus, 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 focus. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's just like fun colors. It is a full coverage piece, so I genuinely don't know what I was thinking. That was 11 count. This is 14 count, so it's not too bad, but it is pretty a lot. So like I was saying, that pen did come in this kit. There's another one somewhere. So I'm wondering, what is this? Is this a grid pen? Is this something that you use to mark up and grid up and stuff? Anyways, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. So here is the Aida provided. It is 14 count, and I do believe this is going to be a full coverage, full coverage piece. So obviously I can't show you the entire pattern, but I did want to show you just the top corner. So at least it's quite color blocky. So you can kind of see from the image that it is going to be quite color blocking. I don't like, I don't know, I guess I don't love the fact that the pattern is like this. So you're seeing yellow here for the background, and it's 5, color number 5, and that's 340. So the actual color that will be one of these. Yeah, this is 5. So this is 340. So it does come with 2 giant skeins of 340 and 341. So these 2 colors make up the entirety of the background here. So that's what that is. And then the rest of these colors are going to be the non-background colors. Once again, an actual beautiful color palette here. Stunning color palette. This is truly amazing. Let's see if I can kind of show you them individually. So here is this side of them, and here is this side. pretty colors, very, very pretty colors. So thank you, VIP Cross Stitch, for letting me try out these kits. Thank you for letting me try these kits out, and I will let everyone know what I think about them. Now here's the thing with companies like VIP Cross Stitch. So most of their artwork is either stock image, or it could potentially be stolen. So when you're making selections on these sites, you have to be very, very, very careful, because all of the patterns, with the exception of these two that I just showed, I know who the designer was. I did do my due diligence and make sure that these two were not stolen. And the way that you can do that is by using TinEye, reverse image searching, Google reverse image searching. There's ways for you to do it, but these are not 100% foolproof. So for example, this is Artist Designs. This is 100% made by Amanda May at Artist Designs. And I can tell you that because I'm buying specifically from her. It is a pattern that is done by her. Whereas this one, I don't know who the original artist is. Hopefully there isn't an original artist and it's just a stock photo, or maybe they paid for the licensings to use the stock photos. Essentially, just be careful, because you don't want to get caught with a pattern that was stolen. Not like caught, like you'll go to jail, but like it's just, it's not, like, some people care about it, some people don't. Personally, I do care about it because I have had things, ideas, concepts ripped from me, and that's the last thing I want to do to somebody else. So I think that's all I had to share. Future plans, my current whips, everything like that. Yeah, that's it. So once again, thank you to VIP Cross Stitch for these items. I am super excited to try them out, specifically the stamped cross kit, the stamped cross stitch kit, because I've never done one. So super excited to test that out and see what I think of it. Let's see, I kind of want to find something to do on this, but I don't. I contemplated putting the flamingo on this, but the flamingo is quite busy, which is why I wanted to pick a less busy fabric for it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully I have rambled on long enough, and if you did enjoy this video, please hit subscribe. There is more where this came from. Also, don't forget to join me on Friday night tonight. Or if you are looking for the announcement video after Friday night, go ahead and check my channel. It should be up on Saturday morning sometime. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I would love to have you, and I hope that you are being safe, wash your hands, taking care of yourselves. Bye, guys.